So I says, yo, haha, it's all in the words.
I I didn't want to bring any kids in this world if I wasn't emotionally or financially stable, and if I didn't have a baby mother that wasn't like-minded with me.
Mm.
Um, I wanted us to, that friends before lovers, and I wanted us to go through these phases, you know what I'm saying? Phases
Mhm.
of life, pretty much on the same level. You know, the things that she's afraid of in life. I was like, oh damn it, it's that Me Too shit. It's like, when you go on a date and you're like, I like this, I like that, I like this, I like that, and the person you're on a date was like, me too. I don't like this, and I don't like that, I don't like this, and you're like, you know what? I don't either. And then y'all
Mm.
look at each other and be like, we got a lot in common.
Mhm.
A lot of us go through that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just by
Yeah.
dating. And I'm like, man, I love dating. And I'm like, yo, why do people stop dating once they settle down with each other? It's like, when you get older, you're like, man, I wish we had more date nights. Or they'd be like, we should have had date nights. And it's like, well, I can't say I didn't know better. Because I heard people say it. And I heard people say it would have helped them. So me in relationships, I'm like, in the beginning, I'm bringing this to a woman's attention. For one, I believe every day is a holiday. I want to be spoiled. I want to spoil myself. I want to spoil the woman I'm with. I
Mhm.
want her to be able to feel the enjoyment of having a holiday every day.
Amen.
Um, so I also wanted to be accountable. But like I say, I needed that female to be on that same wavelength. You know, the Bible will say evenly yoked.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I knew as a kid that if it was going to take a lifetime for me to know who the fuck I am, then how can I possibly sit back and say that I know somebody as much as I need to know them in order for me to really, really bring a child in the world with them? And that thought made the base of, put me on the basis of, I don't think I'm going to have any kids.
Right.
And, even though I had one, after that, I was like, there is no more mistakes. Because I remember how he was conceived. I remember. And I could have
Mm.
done something to have prevented that. All I had to do was change my condom.
Wow.
And I say that because I skeeted and kept going instead of skeeting, pulling out, changing my condom, cleaning myself off, putting another condom on, and jumping back
Uh-huh.
in. I could have done that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I knew something was going to happen.
Wow.
Because it's like, what's she used to wearing a condom if I'm just going to skeet in her? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And so since I skeeted in, you know, what made me know it is because when I pulled out, there was very little in the condo.
Oh my gosh. Was she aware of all this?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because whenever I finally pulled out, everything was consensual. We were cool,
Right.
happy, panting,
Right.
sweating, laying in bed, and it was something that we both kind of thought at the same time, like, all right, so where's the condom at? And I'm like, it's supposed to be on me.
Oh boy. Hmm.
So we both jumped up, uncovered ourselves, threw the sheet and blanket off, and was searching.
Oh
We
no.
searched my side of the bed, her side of the bed, the linen. And then after about 10, 15 minutes of searching, we looked at each other, and we both was like, no, man, come on, man, for real.
Oh no.
And she went in the bathroom, and she said, I feel it. I can't grab it.
Oh. Oh no.
She was like, I need your help. And sure enough, I had to reach in there and pull it out.
Hmm.
And like I say, when I looked at it, there was very little in there.
Oh no.
And I know, all the other times that, we had sex, that I skeeted. I looked at that condom and, what I'm saying, that was a nice, hefty amount, you know. And, yeah. So we both looked at each other and our lives changed.
Yeah.
Because we both knew it was like, okay, how long is it going to take for your body to let you know? You know what I mean? How many tests are we going to have to run? So we know. And bada bing, bada boom. About
Oh wow.
4 days later,
Wow.
we knew.
Wow.
We wasn't mad. We wasn't mad.
Hmm.
But we had our talks. We had our talks. And that's why I say it's hard to think that we didn't discuss the whole thing of marriage. Because we had talks. We had a lot of time of cuddling, watching movies, eating,
Hmm.
and thinking and talking and shit. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't fa la 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 la. We
Right.
had a lot of days where we wasn't stressing each other out over topics, but we did sit back and talk and fantasize and daydream and things. That's why I say, we were friends, pretty pretty good friends. But her her desire of wanting to be married, of having that security, overpowered, the logical thing
Hmm.
of what we could have been thinking about. I didn't want to be, that young and dumb couple that didn't talk about things, that didn't get proper parent planning stuff.
Hmm.
I didn't want that to be our story. And
Right.
there was a time when she didn't either. So what else can you tell me about a woman's security? What she needs to be secure?
She needs to be loved. She needs to feel love.
And how can a man do that? In what ways?
By always showing that she's protected, always putting her first, preferring her before himself, respecting her, her opinions, listening to her opinions. And I don't mean like always going along with them, but listening and considering them. Also, like how one person might, I think we talked about this a little bit, might be good in one thing, another person's good in another thing, and just giving that space in a relationship so it can just fit like a puzzle. What you're not good at or what you're weak at, I may be strong and vice versa. And not being intimidated um, of that. Um, just feeling loved.
That's it.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's a lot in that. Um, yeah.
I um I remember asking my ladies that question, and I had a flashback because I'm like, "Is that it?" I did that to them too.
Hmm.
I'm like, "Shit,
That's a
that's
lot.
easy," but it's easy. I mean,
Oh, okay.
easy for
Then
me.
it should happen. It should.
Even when I did do that,
Mm,
something always went wrong.
well, that's life. Again,
I
that's
hated
life.
that.
And you just get back on track. That's all.
Yeah, but I hated that. I would tell them, I'm like, I need you to let me know when your thoughts change about what you really need, or when you need to enhance your thoughts of what you really need. I need you to keep updating me whenever you feel like there's an update that needs to be made. And
Right.
I'm like, that's like it's your responsibility to keep me in line, and to keep me in tuned to
Right.
anything that's new going on. And they were like, "Don't worry, I
Hmm.
will." Shit,
They didn't.
nah.
Why?
I don't know why. I would ask them that
Mm.
too. I'd be like, I'm
Mm.
like, why didn't I know this? And they'd be like, you never asked, or something like that. I'm like, we said in the beginning that we would do these things, and like a memory, like a roller, like a tape recorder. I'm going back and be like, I asked
Mhm.
you these things purposely, so that way I can always come back to it if either one of us didn't
Right.
own up to it. And I'm like, and I was waiting for you to bring those conversations up to and be like, you know, you're not owning up to this, so I can be like, oh shit, my bad. Okay, okay, okay. That's my fault. Because like I said, I wanted to be the best man that I could be, and the best
Right.
boyfriend that I could be, all that shit. I took it
Those
very
are all good
serious.
traits.
Yeah, I took it seriously. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm like, man, you know, when it comes down to settling down with somebody, I knew that there was things that needed to be done. And, learning from other people that didn't do those things that needed to be done, I'm like, yo,
Mhm.
um, things wouldn't uh, if you didn't do what needs to be done, then your relationship was over, period. But then I learned that
Hmm.
regardless, it's going to be a 50-50 thing, and regardless, you got to keep flipping that coin because things keep changing and things just
And you said 50-50?
a 50-50 chance of things
It's not
working
always, right? Oh, if things working, I got you. Gotcha.
and vice versa,
Mm-hmm.
50-50 things of things not working. It's like if I don't say
Right.
this, then there's a chance that this is going to happen. If I don't say this, there's a chance
Yeah.
that the reverse reaction is going to happen. So, like I say,
Yeah.
seeing other people go through something that I had not gone through, helped me with my decision making, and then going through things that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that if I didn't want to go through it again, I had to modify, I had to change, I had to do things, and I hated it when females be like, that means you didn't change. I'm like, are you kidding me? I had to damn near come a whole new person before I went into another relationship. I couldn't go into a relationship still doing some of the same dumb shit that had me, that messed up the last relationship. And I'm like,
Right, right. You learned.
yeah. And for the females, I'm like, yo, if you made all the changes that you needed to make so that way you didn't bring those mistakes into a new relationship, then why are we going through things that are causing us to go separate ways?
Hmm.
And I asked that not to start an argument, but I'm like, maybe we're in this for reasons unknown, and maybe when
Hmm.
we go our separate ways, we don't have to be enemies when that moment comes.
Right.
But even though I thought I was being logical, or even though I thought I was being responsible, things always happened to where it's like I can't blame that person, and I can't hold the blame all on myself.
Right.
It's crazy.
Hmm.
What more do you want to talk about when it comes down to this topic of a woman's security?
Hmm. Just like you might find, I think not all men are as expressive as you are, and articulate in how they feel. And if more men did share what's in their head and heart, um, and I did say earlier, not everything needs to be spoken. That's true. But for when it's important to be, articulate feelings or needs or wants, that helps the relationship. That helps the security. That helps the love grow.
I had a lot of females tell me that there were some things that I should not have said or questioned at the beginning because I just put fear and doubt into them from the beginning. So they said basically, put my foot in my mouth, or stuck my foot in my own ass, or stuck a quarter in my ass because I played myself.
Yeah, but are you talking about when you were 17 years old?
All throughout these years.
Oh, okay. Because when you're 17 years old, all that's permissible. You don't know better. As you learn, you do better. All of us.
It's wild. I don't know. I'm better off being in this situation where I'm in, where I'm single and not looking, because
Hmm.
the what if factor.
Again, the what if.
Yeah.
So what if not?
Huh?
Huh?
What if nah?
Yeah, what if not? You keep on saying what if, and I'm asking you the opposite question. What if it not? What if it doesn't? What if it
That's included with the what if. What if goes both
Okay.
ways.
Okay,
Like I
okay.
say, that 50-50 chance.
Uh,
You know, what if things go
mm,
good? Then I'm still loaded with a bunch of
mm,
curiosity that I'm willing to be risky about. Because I mean,
okay.
I've had those relationships where I did not ask these questions, and I just, went into a relationship, like, all right, whatever, let's see what happens. And a
How
lot of
did
the
that
same,
work out?
they went the same. They went the same. It's like me giving a person
Oh.
all the opportunity that they seem to have needed to be who they organically could be. When I say it like that, it's like I didn't want to say anything to urge them to go one way or another. That type of thing. I didn't talk so much.
Mhm.
I didn't ask so many questions. Just to see if it was going to go the same way. And some people be like, well, hell,
It did.
you messed yourself up on that one. I'm like, come on. How does it mess up if you're trying
Hmm.
it both ways?
Right.
It's like, I tried it this way and the person should tell me I should have tried it the other way.
Hmm.
So if I don't want to run around in circles, then I better not play the game.
Yeah.
Give them prayer hands, say what's up America. Half of you should know me, right? Other half a replica. Shout out to my